Hey guys, FilthyRobot here, continuing our playthrough of EU4 with Arumba. Arumba's micromanaging the hell out of a naval fight. That's good. I'm glad I'm not. It looks like a lot.
Yeah, I do. In hindsight, I want to stop doing that as much. I want you to control it a bit, but at the same time,
Like one part of me
I
is
don't
like,
know.
yeah, I should learn this. Another part of me goes, that sounds like grunt work. Let's let Arumba do it. so
Okay, well, here, let me kind of guide you a little bit more on some of the combat type stuff. So, grab our navy. Right now, the strategy I've been employing is one navy, unified front,
Okay.
keep it all together. Screw the trade income. We need naval superiority. Keep the fleet together. Okay.
Yep.
So grab the navy, and then once you have it selected, I want you to press the A key, which is going to It's going to detach your damaged ships. We want to leave the damaged ones behind for a moment so they can get repairs. We just want to make sure they're in a port every month. They'll get 10% recovery every month that they're in a port.
So this is
The other
unlike
ships are all now
land
gonna be
units.
full
They won't
strength.
repair on their own normally. Okay.
They do not. There is an idea that you can take deep into the naval ideas.
Yeah.
Remember we talked about ideas at one point? I'm going to go into the idea groups, diplomatic idea groups, maritime ideas. The finisher for maritime ideas is ships can repair when in coastal sea zones. So they repair every month, even if they're not in a port. But beyond that, no, they have to be in a port to get repairs. So now, why don't you go ahead and grab the ships that are not damaged, send them down to the port where that heavy is to get him to join up with the fleet. So you're taking basically, Strike Force A to go pick up a straggler. And then you're going to bring those all back together to pick up the 6, and hopefully some of them will prepare between now. Because it's in a port. Because it's not in the sea tile. Because it's tiny. Look how tiny those little boats are.
I can't make him come out of that port?
However, if we siege that... You can, if we siege down that province, which we're going to in a moment. But first, you want to go pick up your heavy. Okay, so do that. While you're doing that, we're going to wait the 40-some days here for some more ships.
That's not in a fucking port. In the north.
We could. Yeah, we could. But you want to pick up your heavy first. He's going to make all future engagements
Isn't he going to be slow as
better.
shit, though, or is he the same speed?
He's the same speed as a transport, but let's just talk about ships again. F1, F2, take a look at your boats. And just look at the difference in a single heavy versus, up until now, our best combat ship that we've ever used has been a light ship.
It's 4 times as many cannons and almost 3 times, 2.5 times the hull size. Okay.
Yeah. So it's freaking crazy strong. 2.5 times the hull strength, so it's much less likely to sink. And it does 4 times as much damage, and because each ship engages an individual target, that basically means that it's much better at focus firing down individual ships. Long story short, 10 heavies can kill like dozens and dozens of other light ships, barks, or transports. Like, they are brutal, but that's why they're so expensive, and they provide no functional benefit whatsoever outside of combat. You can't use them for transport, you can't use them for protection. They're just guns. All right, so we're waiting on our unit.
So now it's connected, so I can send it north, right?
Well, yeah, grab the 2 now and just press the G key to combine the fleets, and then send them north to the 6 stack. And once you get to the Moray Firth, you can even just leave those ships in Moray Firth if you want. Once they're there, you can try to bring out any of the ships now. Go ahead and grab the 6 stack that's in the port. Press the A key again to detach any damaged ships. Send the undamaged ones, which should still be selected, out to Moray Firth. And then wait till they join up. Okay, and then join those 2 fleets. Now you got your strike force. If you want to, like a standard RTS game, go ahead while you have that navy selected, press Control 1.
Awesome.
Yeah, seriously.
Right.
Now you have Control Group 1. You can just press 1 to select your combat fleet whenever you want. You can do the same thing with the army. Control 2. Now our army's Control Group 2. Okay, so we have our extra infantry. We have 8 infantry. We can flank. Our cavalry will be safe. Go ahead and cross that strait. He's got a 113 general, which means that we will suffer a straight crossing, which is bad, actually. But we don't have any general with more maneuver than that.
Yeah,
Where's Wallace?
Okay. I think I told them.
That's fine.
Okay, good.
It's fine. They have a 1-1 general versus our guy's a 3-4. With a -2 straight crossing, he's effectively going to be a 1-2 versus their 1-1. So he's still a better general.
Straight is 2?
Even with that crossing penalty.
Okay.
Yeah. Straight is -2. He just died! He just died the second he
Crawford
got there.
died?
What the hell?
What do you mean he died? He's been in like 2 fights. He's done like
dead.
one thing.
Tripped on a rock and slipped, and he died.
What a fucking.
Now we have the negative.
So hold on. So we don't have a
Now
general
you have
for
the-
this fight, and we still have the
Correct.
-2. It can happen. You can die as you engage. That's fucking rubbish.
Look at that. We rolled an 8 with no leader. Who needs him? Screw that guy.
No, we need him. We're getting wrecked.
Yeah, we're taking a lot of unnecessary losses in this fight, all because of that jerk.
We're gonna get yeah.
And we're gonna have to retreat. We gotta retreat. I'm just gonna retreat us. Look at that. We lost so many. I can't believe he died.
How
man.
long did he live?
My
Like
God.
8 years? Like 6 years? Like something? Like was
Nothing really.
Dude, he was so
Okay,
good.
I would recommend leaving. He was. Now he's dead.
Damn it, Arumba.
I'd recommend leaving the fleet there just for now to keep that Norwegian fleet, that Norwegian army.
Wallace could still be
both of those
alive.
trapped there.
He could be immortal. We don't know.
It's unlikely, but I guess possible in theory. Okay, let's grab our other leader.
Stellaris
as soon
had
as this
immortal
army gets
leaders.
here. Yeah.
All right,
that's
so
true.
we rolling.
CK2. CK2 has immortal traits. I'm gonna pull
Next,
your other
I'm
ship
gonna
out for you.
consider rolling another fucking leader, I guess.
Let's see. Are we ahead of time on military tech?
We could go check that out. That's easily done. That's technology. No, we're not anymore ahead of time.
That's probably part of the reason why we did so poorly in that fight as well, is that Norway, I just checked, is on military tech 7. So we attacked it with a military tech disadvantage. They have tactics, and that's the only real advantage for them.
All of a sudden, because that general died right there, that was going from a one-sided route to a one-sided route. The other side, though.
Yeah, we got our ass kicked because he died. He tripped on a rock.
You
I'm
want to
telling
split
you.
up this fleet and
Alright.
send something over to deal with their little annoying, like five-man fleets running around?
You could, but I wouldn't. As long as they're not trying to land any troops on our territory, I really don't care that they blockade for a month or two. Stick with Alpha Strike Force type strategy. It's a smarter play. Okay, I'd wait at least a month or two more just to get the infantry up to full strength and try crossing that strait again. We got to do it with another 3-2-3. He's still gonna take the strait crossing.
Did you assign the leader?
Now here's the thing.
Okay.
I did. How close are we to actually being able to accept the institution, though? It now only costs us 396. Looks like Lancashire has
Good.
embraced the Renaissance. So it's coming down in price.
It would be nice. I mean, we haven't hit our military. We haven't hit our caps for any of this stuff, so it doesn't really matter except that we're coming at a disadvantage. What did it do for them? Gave them. They didn't have any artillery in that. I don't think
No, they
so
don't.
it's just
They're
tactics.
expensive. They're very expensive.
that they got out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, which is still very valuable, but not the end of the world.
Do we
Not if
have to
you're
walk
flanking.
across the strait? Could we just not
Okay.
use transports and deploy?
If we use transports, we would need to have transports equivalent to the number of troops you want to deploy, which in this case is 10,
Yeah, we have
which
7.
we don't have. And we would still suffer not a strait crossing, but a naval landing penalty of
I
negative
thought there
2.
was something to do with the fact if we had like fleets, if we controlled the sea around it or something. Like, did that not? Am I imagining things like blockading
Control-
it would remove that?
Blockading it guarantees we're
Okay,
allowed
but
to
it
cross.
doesn't remove the landing bonus, the landing penalty. Okay.
Only way to
All
negate
right.
it's with maneuver.
Dude,
So,
we got this sweet general. We
here's the
got
thing.
less than one. Didn't even get a full war out of him.
Here, okay. If we were to embrace the Renaissance, then the penalty for embracing military tech 7 would go away. Okay? So we would have enough points to take the next tech as soon as we embrace the Renaissance, which means we do have a few spare military points right now. If you
No,
want
I
to roll
don't
another
wanna
general,
roll
go
any
ahead.
general.
You can roll.
I don't.
You should.
It's not going to be good. It's
You
gonna
should.
be terrible.
Okay, in that case, just sit there and whine. Well, one thing
Don't
we
we have
could
a new
try if
idea
you want to
group?
really. Yeah, we have a new idea you
doesn't
can
this-
take, sure.
It doesn't finish it. We get plus 25% trade steering. That's a good one. I'm just going to take that.
Go ahead. And on top of that, that was our 6th idea. So we also just
Ship costs.
unlocked modernize the Royal Scots Navy. Negative 10% ship costs. Very, very good. That
What
affects
the hell is
maintenance as well.
caravan power?
Caravan power is the amount of trade power you get when a merchant is in an inland trade node and he's steering toward another node. Also known as 3 of our merchants are
Oh,
using
that'd be good.
caravan trade power right now, and it's going to be a very good idea for us. And look
Plus
what the
one
finisher
merchant.
is. So the next idea we take, we get another merchant and we get 25%
Nice.
caravan trade power. It's going to be very powerful. Okay, one thing we could consider if you really want to route these guys is we could go up to 4 cav. The whole time we've been playing, we've only ever had 2 cavalry because they're expensive.
Yeah.
But that's changed. We have money now. We could afford to rock 4 cav. They would flank better.
I say, do we need them? Like, what? How much do we need to invest in this? Do we need to? Do we want 4 cav later? Like, probably not, right?
I would say that for the next war with England, having 4 cav would be really
nice. If there is a
nice.
use for them later, I'm fine with that. All right. So I'm gonna go to build. I'm gonna go to Latin Knights.
Just grab your army. Yeah, just grab the army and then click the plus button next to the cavalry and just click it twice. They'll auto train and auto go to it, which is just simpler. It's another 3 months of sitting around at full maintenance waiting, but whatever.
Yeah.
It's the easiest way to guarantee we crush that without having to pay extra military points. Besides, we're making 8 ducats a month. We can afford a couple cav.
Can we, since we have claims on these things and he's warred us, can we take them from him?
Oh, absolutely. Okay. This dummy is definitely going to give us some territory. In fact, he's going to give us... I'm inclined to say he's going to give us Iceland. Or Greenland, or whatever the hell it is. That you see northwest of all these little islands here? There's that other Norwegian territory.
Didn't notice. Yeah, okay.
Those 2 other Norwegian provinces up there. I think he's going to give us those too. Okay. Yeah, we do.
We got a couple things. Did you notice England changed rulers?
I saw that they have English pretenders right now, which is funny.
King has ascended. Herald from England reports of the glorious news that William III rose to the throne in England. He's a 426, and he's said to be an administrator. Also, we got a pop-up.
Okay.
It is just a positive. One of 2 options happen. Either we gain 100 Diplo power, or we gain 20% chance to gain... James III gains 1 dip... What is the... Yeah, the dove is Diplo. 1 Diplo permanently.
Oh, right. So it's a single choice. Yes, so it's going to be one or the other. Choice. Okay. 100. Let's see what we get. Got the 100 dip. Sweet. That's awesome, though. That's 25% of this next idea.
That's nice. And our army's there, right? So we can really try this again?
Yeah, do it.
All right.
Do it again, yeah. Hopefully he doesn't trip on that same rock.
Like, doesn't want to go.
You just
it was. But
on the little tiny...
All right, anyways.
This time with more cav.
What are we rolling?
All right, he didn't die.
Yet.
Good. 2 versus a 2. 3, 4. You got a 2 versus an 8 in the first shock phase for crying out loud. And then Soren rolls a 9. All right, there we go. Mungo rolled a 9. Good job.
This is bloody.
Now, because this army has nowhere to retreat to, it's just guaranteed to be a stack wipe. It's dead, it's gone, done. Let's leave behind just enough infantry to do the siege. Pull everyone back so we don't suffer attrition. And now you no longer need that navy there. I would go down and help guarantee that the French siege of Gelre down in the coast of Holland is always blockaded. The AI is going to move around his fleet a lot, and he's not always going to maintain the blockade. We want to guarantee that blockade's in place. Okay. So grab your strike fleet. By the way, you want to pick up that extra new heavy.
Do I really?
Oh, wait. Oh, crap. Totally forgot. That navy is about to get
we left it go. Can we get ahead of it? Hold on. Let me just see.
Yeah, it's unlikely.
Southern Norwegian Sea on the 24th, and ours gets there. We take a pretty... Why can't we just turn around? When are we getting there?
Because we were movement locked. That was a mistake. Okay, he's just sitting there. Go for him. Get him.
Another pop-up. Oh, 2 new pop-ups. All right. Take a look at this. Let's resolve the fight, then we'll take a look at the pop-ups.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm going to lower maintenance down to about 60% just because there's no army.
Captured
I don't want to be
2
at 0,
ships.
but there goes
2
all...
what did it say? How do I know which ones we captured?
It'll show underneath the column like which one that was. We have 9 transports now. We captured 2 ships.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna send your navy down to pick up that other
heavy. All right, cool. All right, 2 pop-ups. We successfully managed to keep the truce from the rest of the court. It's only a question of time until it gets out unless we do something. King James III recently discovered that his wife, Queen's consort, is having an affair. Not only that, but the other guilty culprit is none other than our advisor, Connell Maxwell. The trust we put in him was obviously unfounded. We get to allow them to continue and lose prestige. We get to this cannot continue and find out what Connell Maxwell wants. We have to give him 90 ducats. Or this is high treason and... Oh, there's 4 options. Fuck. Okay, we could execute him. We would get tyrannical ruler which is local unrest +3 in the East Anglia area for until 97, so 15 years. Or we cannot have an adulteress for a queen, and the event Papal Authority happens, which I don't know what that is.
Neither do I. Let's try
Papal
it.
Authority?
Yeah, sure. Sounds fun. And the reason being is our heir's age is 12, so I'm not really too concerned about the queen consort. Plus, she sounds like a cheating whore. So let's get rid of her.
The only way to end a marriage is to request a special dispensation from the Pope. Under normal circumstances, it'd be very unlikely to grant it. However, we can give it a try. We expend 25 palpable influence, and it's not likely enough to sway him. Or we just remain married to her with no downside, it says.
Okay, well, I guess
we just resolve that with no cost either way. That's kind of strange. All right, we also got, we just gained 567 manpower for having an excellent year.
Oh.
Great.
Oh, very nice.
Probably because of our excellent assault on the island.
Oh, yeah. Notice there's 20,000 troops from Denmark just hanging out over in Denmark.
Over there.
They're just staring at us. They're looking at the French fleet that's just sitting there staring at them. This is why it's like such a silly suicidal war. So, yeah, it's kind of funny if you ask me.
Not good stuff, is it? Navy's under attack.
Yeah, looks like the French just finished their siege of Galray. I think it's about time we start looking at peace options already. I know he's still on high enthusiasm, but I want to see exactly what it's going to cost us.
Me too. All right, let's go have a look. All right, so we're looking at Denmark. Navy's still fighting. Are you controlling the Navy, or is it just rampaging on its own?
Yeah, I'm just moving it around, just finding navies to kill.
I'm looking for... You have a guy. Super peace. We want... Oh my god, there's too many pop-ups with you crushing everything that lives. Oh, cool. We got another pop-up. Cooperation from the merchant class. Scotland gains income bonanza. Power +25 in North Sea until 5th. Oh, too bad North Sea.
No, that's really good though. That's going to help us to steer more trade away from Lübeck. So, okay, let's
I'm
just,
looking.
I mean, we talked about trade a while back. Go ahead and click on the North Sea trade node. Go to your trade node, map mode.
Yeah.
And then click on the North Sea. We're looking at the table at the bottom of the North Sea interface. You see we have +2 from merchant present. We have 68.7 from provincial trade power, for a total of 96.1 after the modifier from trade power. Okay, and now what we're going to end up is we're going to get this +25 trade node power. Yeah. Oh, is it already there? Okay. So that's going to significantly increase the overall amount of trade power we have in this node, which is going to help us to steer that 2.4 ducats that's going towards Lübeck right now. A lot more of it's going to go towards us. So it's a good event. We're going to make a lot more money from trade because of that.
I was just looking at the cost of things down here for the war. I think I was, but then I fucking got stuck over here. All right, sue for peace. And I want to see. I want everything. Give me everything. I can sort by diplo cost. Okay. So, why does it still have diplo cost if there are things that we have claims on?
Okay, so let's first things first. We have. Okay, you're looking at the
Danish conquest of Ardenshire. There's no Danish conquest of anything. Silly.
Not part of the war goal. Interesting that those do cost diplo points. They really shouldn't. I guess because technically the claims aren't against the overlord. They're not against Denmark. They're against Norway, who's a secondary participant, kind of. They are costing diplo points, which is kind of nonsense.
I don't remember what they're called either. They're called Orkney.
It looks like I would want to take. I want all these islands.
So you want Orkney.
I want Norway.
And then you want, what is this next one?
I want the ones up in the far northwest corner, Reykjavik, Courier, whatever they're called.
Yeah. And
beyond that, we can't demand anything from like proper Norway because we don't have any sieges. We have no forts occupied, and I don't really care to go over there and try to siege down a fort. But all this other stuff, there's no forts to protect it, so we can just say, okay, give us all your islands. We want that land for two reasons. Number one, it's free land, and number two, if you end up deciding that you want to play the colonial game, having that northwest little thing up there, Greenland, Iceland, whatever it is a launching point into North America.
We're at 47 positives and 75 negatives for all that land you want. And it's going to cost us Diplo. It costs quite a lot of Diplo.
45 points is not much. Not a big deal.
You're right.
Relative strength of the alliance is looking good. Scotland is making gains. Length of war is going to be fine. We have a ticking war score working in our favor. All we have to do is just blockade Denmark a little bit. Like right now, we are getting 3 war score for blockading Akershus, which is the Norwegian capital. So you'll notice I moved the navy over there to Skagerrak, and we're getting war score for that. If we put our navy in here, it's a little riskier. Just watch for a second. Okay. We now have 36 war score from blockading the Danish capital instead.
That's pretty nice.
And he's on low enthusiasm.
We have burgers pop up.
We now have...
They want to open a fast food restaurant chain. No.
You serious?
They can... we have 2 options. We could give the burgers estate 15 loyalty. And... Wallace the Girthy will come under the control of the burgers, increasing their influence by 22.6, but it doesn't tell me what it gives it to, and it says gain 2 base tax in Wallace the Girthy. Or we can reject it, in which case they lose 15 loyalty, which will bring them down to... They're at 38, so I guess 23. And they'll lose 10 influence. That sounds good. No, we don't want them too low in influence, so hold on, let's go look. Burgers.
I like the idea of letting them control it. It's a 19 development province, so they're basically saying they want to control Wallace the Girthy. They want that province for themselves. But that's fine. We can take it away from them again in a year, and in the meantime, they're giving us 2 free development.
Is that what it does? Gain 2 base tax is 2 free development.
2 base tax means we're going to have instead of 6
that's specific to the pop-up though. That's not. They don't normally give 2 base tax when they control something, right? Okay, I got it.
Correct. Yep. This they're offering to just.
Well,
raise
that's a lot of fucking
here,
influence. That's 22.6.
Okay, what are they at right
62. So that's 85, 84 and change, which is start ticking towards that.
Above 85, they'll tick at 2% per month. So
no, they won't be above 85. They'll be at 84.6.
Oh, in that case, we have 100. They'll take it 1% per month. So we have 100 months to resolve the situation. If you had a button you could press that just said, "Would you like 2 free development?"
Right. Does it keep the 2 development permanently?
I would click it. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's permanent development.
Oh, and it didn't even go up that high. What the hell?
I'll take it.
Their influence is now only 73.8. It said goes up by 22%. Maybe is it actually it's a multiplicative fucking modifier or something stupid?
No, I think we also had another pop-up drop. Another thing dropped off just a moment ago. By the way, we could ask them for a contribution. I would like to get them up to 75% influence if we were to do it, though.
Okay. How do we get to influence, though? 2 influence seems a little tricky. Could we revoke a province from the clergy and give it to them? We probably could. We could give them, like, one of the provinces in Southern Ireland, like Cork or Leinster. It has to have 10 development. That's one of the main restrictions. Why does it have to have 10 development?
It's just one of the restrictions for the burgers. They don't accept provinces with low
so we
development.
could give them Cork, for example. But Cork's 8.
Yeah, take it from the clergy, give it to the burgers.
All right.
Well, hold on. That would make the clergy disloyal.
Yeah, why don't we just demand cash from them? I'm fine with that.
Just take the money without trying to get the extra bit. But yeah, definitely take their money. Now I would use that to pay off the final loan, and then we're debt free. You did? Wow, you have been so good at managing the coffers.
Yeah, so now we got bankroll. So what are we doing?
Nice. We're building light ships.
For more trade route power. Okay.
Yes. We are
I guess the only other thing is, what is our mission? Did we have a sweet mission right now or no? Let's go take a look. There's a missions tab, and the number is 8. All right. Armies of mere shell. Should we finish that? The reward is land maintenance modifier and recruitment time modifier. Those actually aren't that good. That's kind of like cyclical.
It's gonna take a long time to get up to 75%. We just took it because it was something to take. But for now, I wouldn't.
All right. Well, I'm gonna build some light ships then.
We only actually have. Well, I just tried. We only actually have room for 1 light ship. We're already at our force limit. Those 5 heavies coming out are taking us up.
How do we get more force limit? Is it more development? Buildings. All right. Well, we don't have time for buildings this episode. We're over already.
Yeah, but there are definitely some buildings that we want to build. So we'll talk about that in the next one, though.
All right.
So,
well, thanks for watching, guys, and see you soon.
All right.